Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Lucky Buns, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over how many times you should actually dig with digging Maw. Now, I've been asked this question a few times over the past couple of days, and so I just kind of figured it'd be a good idea to make a video on it. So, there are 4 options that you basically have. Option 1, you decline to gamble and you just take the Armorite Ore. This is arguably one of the better options to pick because you're not risking anything, especially with her terrible success rate. So yeah, taking the ore and just calling it a day, moving on to the next spawn might be your best option, but that is just option number 1. Option number 2 is you gamble once and you can get between 2 and 4 ore. Now, the reason I say 2 and 4 is because if you gamble once, and let's say she does end up digging up another Armorite Ore, then you get 2, and then you can just stop there, call it a day. Or if you dig and then she ends up failing, but then you hit the jackpot, you'll actually get 4 Armorite Ore because she actually ends up yielding 3 when she hits the jackpot like that. What basically happens is that her shovel breaks, but then it doesn't actually break, and she actually just ends up going on this like adrenaline rush, kind of similar to digging Paw. So in that sense, I would say that gambling once is a pretty good option as well. But there's 2 more options to consider. Gamble twice. Now, this is a really risky strategy, especially because you actually have to get the first gamble right, and then the second gamble, again, it's just a up in the air kind of thing. And so with this method, you can get up to 3 to 5 ore, similar to the last one, if you end up getting the successful strategy, and then if the shovel breaks, and then she goes on an adrenaline rush, you'll end up getting 3 more additional ore. So 2 plus the 3 equals 5, and that is an option that you could do. I definitely think it's possible, but I don't really recommend it. And then finally, the 4th option, which is arguably the craziest option, but the biggest yield reward, is going to be you gamble once, you get the jackpot when she goes on the adrenaline rush, now you're at 4, then you gamble again and go for that potential jackpot again. So you can get the jackpot 2 times in a row, or at least her adrenaline rushes can happen 2 times in a row. So you gamble once, she fails, but then she goes into the adrenaline rush, then you gamble again, trying to get a back-to-back adrenaline rush. I really don't recommend doing this, but I wanted to lay out all 4 of these options. So out of these 4 options, I actually recommend that you go with either option 1 or option 2. Once again, option 1 is going to be to decline to gamble and just taking the Armorite Ore and yeah, just calling it a day basically after that. Or option 2, you gamble once and see what happens. You do run the risk of obviously, having her fail the first time, and believe me, that does happen quite a bit. But honestly, guys, I actually prefer to go with option 2 because I feel like the yield is a lot better, right? So let's say you're taking the 1 Armorite Ore and you're calling it a day, you're moving on over to the next spawn, and you're just doing 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. But let's say you go with option 2 and you have that 2 to 4 potential. So sometimes you're not going to get anything and it's just going to be 0, but then other times you're going to get 2, and then sometimes you're even going to get 4. So arguably, that seems like the better alternative just because more often than not, you're going to collect double the amount compared to if you didn't gamble. That being said though, I'm not entirely sure what the fail rate is on digging Maw, but I do know that it is high. I've had her fail multiple times in a row before, and according to you guys, it does happen quite often. So once again, do keep that in mind when you are going for your gambling sprees, I guess you could say. But again, option 2 is definitely what I prefer to go with, so it's up to you guys at the end of the day. These are the options that I personally recommend, and I don't recommend doing anything other than these options because if you keep on gambling, you're just going to keep on getting 0 Armorite Ore and spending a lot of time for no reason. So at the end of the day, gamble once is what I personally recommend, but the other 3 options are also viable depending on how risky you want to be. And so that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully this did kind of clarify how to gamble a little bit more efficiently with digging Maw. I know it can be kind of frustrating because she does fail quite often, but trust me guys, this is a pretty solid way to get Armorite Ore. I already have over 100, and we're going to be spending that on digging Paw very soon. Anyways though, if you guys did enjoy the video, if you did find it helpful, please make sure to hit that like button down below. I'd really appreciate it. And if you do want to see more of these Pokemon Sword and Shield tutorials in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the bell notification. And I will see you all real soon in the next one.